My name is Pilela Machokweni, and I work in the Center for Science, Technology and Innovation Indicators within the HSRC.
I'm Dr. Abiola Akonde from Precious Cornerstone University from Nigeria.
Okay, my name is Nikasha Sachuchek. I'm a Chief Research Specialist at the Africa Institute of South Africa, a research institute within the Human Sciences Research Council.
My name is Sabelo Kumetse. I am the executive head of AYGS. Well, in terms of the AYGS, you will recall that this year marks the 19th AYGS since the establishment of AYGS.
As for the 2025 Africa Young Graduates and Scholars Program, I'm actually the resource person here. I've been part of the AYGS family program for quite some time now, ever since its inception in 2005. I've organized more than, as the main organizer, more than 10 of these particular conferences. I've also served as the scientific committee lead of about 10 of them as well. So the AYGS is actually a platform that the Africa Institute created in 2025 to actually engage young South Africans and Africans as a whole to actually start debating, to actually start a conversation of how we need to take the continent forward.
I came about the conference online, in which I actually followed them, and I saw the link in which I actually shared the link to people. But lo and behold, it was exactly some hours to go. That's when I actually submitted my abstract, and I was selected among the few people or the few abstract that was actually accepted for the conference.
So the 2025 AYGS conference, I presented on the pathways to sustainable agriculture, specifically looking at understanding the kind of barriers that inhibit South African agricultural businesses from adopting advanced and emerging technology.
President Thabo Mbeki invited us to start debating on how we need to take the continent forward. And some of the theoretical position that President Mbeki employed us to look at the issues of Pan-Africanism, more specifically, the issue of the Africa awakening, the issue of how we need to love ourselves as African. And the AYGS at that time was more or less like a response to President Mbeki's Africa Renaissance preaching, so to speak. And for 19 years now, we've actually developed a cadre of young Africans that we think can actually take this continent forward. And that the most important thing that we thought we need to sustain this particular spirit is to create the AYGS alumni. This particular alumni will be that torch bearer to create a cream of the creme de la creme of young thinkers on the African continent.
So we are not just talking about something that was born yesterday. We are talking about an initiative that was started some years ago. What I would like to see in the near future is a program that speaks to the vision and the dream that was there more than 20 years ago. And in so doing, I would like to see the AYGS improving. So this year we have partnered with the University of Mpumalanga, and I think this is a very great collaboration that we are having. And the vision of the CEO of the HSRC is to see the AYGS being better every year. And I think this partnership that we are having with the university will actually take us to greater heights.
The conference have actually been of great benefit, not only to me as well as all the participants. One, we get to meet people in research, and they actually share their knowledge about policy drive, the reason and the rationale for evidence-based research, and the link to actually follow up some of this research to reach the policy makers who are going to be the decision makers about this policy.
My experience at the conference was very positive. From the time we got to the airport and we were interacting with the other participants, to the social part of it at the hotel, but mostly like the intellectual conversations that we're having in between the conference, over and beyond hearing what other people are working on and how they are aligning their own research to AU Agenda 2063.
The presentation that actually stood out for me was the aspect of the policy, how to write the policy brief, as well as the need to actually get the policy makers and the decision makers, as well as the agencies, to be involved in research. And that's when, by the time you start incorporating them, that's when Africa can grow. Gone are the days in which you have a chunk of researches which later end up at the library, which are not being read, and some of these research are not being followed or being implemented. This is because there's a wide margin gap between the researchers in the academia, as well as the industry, the policymakers, as well as the politician.
I think if it was possible, I would encourage every young researcher or scholar to come to this conference. It's very valuable, it's good networks, and you really get to understand and see how you can situate the research or the work that you do within a broader goal of the development of Africa.
I would like to see in the next 5 years the AYGS being a vital platform for us to discuss current issues that are actually addressing our current problems. And I would like us to see the youth being active in providing solutions to the challenges that this continent is facing. So that's one, in terms of the content. And then two, Africa is vast. And as you know, Africa is not a country. Africa is made up of countries. And Africa is also having regions. I would like to see the AYGS having representatives from all the African regions. We know that within the African continent, we've got Anglophone countries, we've got Francophone countries, we've got Lusophone countries. I would like to see all these countries being embraced within the AYGS, but also to see the North being represented in the AYGS. I think as a continent, yes, we have been defined by what happened in the past in terms of colonialism. But I think that divide should be addressed within the AYGS so that we all embrace, Africans within Africa in seeking answers to the problems that we are facing today.